As President of the Greater Fort Erie Chamber of Commerce, and on behalf of our staff, Board of Directors, members, and community, it is my distinct pleasure to once again welcome you this evening to what is our third and final All Candidates Night debate. On October 2nd, we began by hosting candidates from Wards 4, 5, and 6 in Stevensville at the Stevensville Hall. Last Thursday night, we were here at the Leisureplex with candidates vying for Wards 1, 2, and 3. Tonight, we conclude our public forums by hosting the Mayor and Regional Councillor candidates. We are hopeful that these debates will better prepare and inform you, the electorate, as to your voting choice on October 27th. As I've done the last couple of public forums, a quick shout out to our registered candidates, including our school board trustees, who are also meeting and greeting with constituents. Some I do know are here, and some may not be here, but I will shout out to those that I think are here. I don't think there's any French Catholic school board representation here tonight. If you are here, get my attention, and I will so note you. Dino Sicoli and Heather Pike, candidates for Niagara Catholic District School Board. Greg Dame, Mike Kamatovic, and Dave Schabel, candidates vying for District School Board of Niagara. Welcome. Candidates and audience alike are to be congratulated on your decision to participate in this evening's public information prior to casting your ballot to choose a new town council, local regional council representative, and of course the local school board representatives. The Greater Fort Erie Chamber of Commerce is a united voice representing close to 400 businesses within this town of varying sizes. Acting as a catalyst for progressive and sustainable growth of our community, our goals are to enhance business development, provide education, and create innovative partnerships within the diverse communities of Bridgeburg, Fort Erie, Ridgeway, Crystal Beach, and Stevensville. We are pleased to host this evening's function and encourage you to pick up information materials at the front entrance on other upcoming events, including our next Business After 5, which is scheduled for Tuesday, October 21st, and our 9th annual gala auction to be held at the Clarion Hotel on Friday, November 14th. Kindly mark your calendars accordingly. As I've said the last couple of debates, before we begin this evening, I'd like to remind our audience of a couple courtesy requests. Obviously, this is a very contentious election. In saying that, it takes a tremendous amount of courage, sacrifice, and commitment from these individuals who are seeking political office, particularly in a small town like Fort Erie. For that, I think that each of these candidates should be applauded for their involvement and their time investment and their passion that they want to represent us as local people. I kindly request as you sit here this evening and listen to this debate that you will respectfully afford each candidate the opportunity to be heard. Your opportunity to either emphatically endorse or decisively denounce these candidates' answers and positions can best be voiced on Monday, October the 27th. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation and your cooperation this evening. Now please join me in welcoming a former past president of the Greater Fort Erie Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Darren Flagg, who will once again serve as this evening's moderator.
Thanks, Rick. As in the last All Candidates Nights, all of the questions submitted have been reviewed by the Public Business and Government Affairs Committee and 2 members of the media. Unfortunately, time simply does not permit us to ask all of the questions submitted. We hope that you take advantage of the meet and greet portion of this evening's event to ask your questions if they haven't been asked this evening. The candidates have been briefed on the timelines that they must follow tonight. Each will have 2 minutes to open and 2 minutes to close. We will be asking 5 questions of the individual candidates, and they'll be given a minute to answer those questions. I'm going to go off script here for a second and just say that sometimes I think we take things for granted in our lives, and based on what's happening right now in Hong Kong, and I think we take this type of situations sometimes for granted. I think we take for granted our health and those type of things. I also had an opportunity on Sunday, like many of you, to venture downtown and see the devastation to one of our businesses. I think it was emphatic to me that we take for granted our first responders in this town and the volunteer firefighters, and I want to say thank you very much. Those individuals and the individuals' families give a great deal to this town, and again, thank you. There are 9 individuals that wish to give in their own way to the town and stand for election. From left to right, the individuals running for mayor: Mike Cloutier, Dean Demizio, Anne Marie Noyes, Stephen Passero, and Wayne Redicott. And individuals running for the region: Sandy Annunziata, Ray Murray, Bob Steckley, and John Teal. The candidates have 2 minutes for their opening statements. Mr. Cloutier, you're up first when you're set.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. Running for election has been the experience of my life. I strongly encourage anyone with any inkling to take a run at it. Many of you know me as a journalist. I published the Ridgeway Herald newspaper, and I have brought you the stories from Town Hall for 24 years of my 30-year career as a reporter and editor, historian, and author. This has filled me with a deep affection for the people and given me great insight into the character, culture, and government in this town. I do love this town, but we've gone off the rails. Burdened by external factors such as unfair legislation, the vagaries of the economy, and others beyond our control, a crisis of confidence has befallen our municipal government. We can't go back to the past. We can only learn from it. We must look ahead, and all of us must push ahead to a future where jobs and opportunity exist. Taxes are spent carefully, thoughtful plans are made, and consistent policies are applied equitably. This starts with honest engagement of the public, honest communication, and honest decisions to provide the greatest benefit to the greatest number of people at the cheapest cost. I have no political ambitions. The town of Fort Erie is not a stepping stone. It is a destination. I want to get the town of Fort Erie back on track. A change in the way the town does business and relates to people must take place. I represent that change. I am informed change. I intend to apply all I have learned about you, our communities, and government to provide sound fundamental management. With the basics in place, we can charge ahead all the way to the future, and I have a plan for that too. Thank you.
I feel like I'm still Chamber President. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for arranging this very important night. As I speak to people during this campaign, it becomes more and more evident how concerned they are about rebuilding confidence within Fort Erie, how concerned they are about new job creation, attracting investment to our community, creating a better climate for commercial and economic growth, transportation, not only locally, but within the Niagara region as well as healthcare, are not only concerns for our seniors, but for all residents of all ages. They are aware that other issues such as the racetrack, provincially significant wetlands, and other items will also play a role in the recovery of the economy here. These obstacles can be overcome. It's going to take a familiar face who's acquainted with Queen's Park, someone who has spent time there and is well known by them, someone like myself. During my term as Chamber President, I spent several occasions up at Queen's Park, having been introduced into the legislature at least half a dozen times. Many of you know that last spring my son was a legislative page. What a wonderful opportunity for him and for me as a representative of Fort Erie. I was able to get acquainted with not only our elected officials of the governing party, but those on both sides. As mayor, I want to build on those relationships for the betterment of Fort Erie. As president of the youth soccer club, I identified an opportunity for the town, and that was tournaments. But in order to host a tournament, we needed fields with lights. With the help of our past MPP, Kim Crater, I started the process of finding the funding we needed for that. Now, next season, 1,000 kids in this town will be able, for the first time ever, to play soccer at Optimist under the lights. As Chamber President, there were many other things that I did, and I see the 10 seconds. It was under my leadership that I personally started the petitions to fight the electoral boundaries to prevent us from becoming part of the Welland riding. It's this leadership that Fort Erie needs, and I can deliver. Thank you.
My fellow residents, strong leadership makes good things happen. Let me repeat that. Strong leadership makes good things happen. I can lead. I have the experience, knowledge, and the negotiating skills to work with staff in all levels of government. I will lead council in an inclusive, knowledgeable, and accountable manner. Fort Erie has lost so much. I am the best choice to fight for and rebuild our town with the new council. If you honor me with the privilege to serve and represent our town as your next mayor, I will be the leader Fort Erie needs and deserves. My first priority will be to meet with all newly elected councilors to obtain their interests and goals for the next 4 years. I'm a consensus builder. I will assure them that all voices around the table will be heard and respected. I will put before them my vision for the next 4 years. I will seek consensus on the goals we all want to reach. I will be a full-time mayor and devote all my time and energy to achieving these goals. The benefits of all major projects currently in the planning stages are well known. Will be our focus for many years to come. Immediately following the election, I intend to meet with our current mayor and the manager of the Economic Development and Tourism Corporation to get up to speed on the roadblocks that must be removed in order for these projects to proceed at the earliest possible date. My council and I will work hard to make sure they will become a reality. Our future prosperity depends on it. Strong leadership and teamwork will get the job done. I am asking you to vote for Anne-Marie Noyes on October 27th to make it happen. Thank you.
Good evening. My skill set is well-rounded. I've worked in the private sector, the public sector, as a business owner and entrepreneur. I served as president of the Chamber of Commerce at the age of 30, and I won the 40 Under 40 Business Achievement Award at the age of 28, an award given recognizing business success coupled with community dedication. My current interaction with sports associations, service clubs, community organizations, and several boards and committees has provided me a unique and current pulse on the current state of our community. I am prepared, capable, and up to speed on where we are, where we need to go, and what we need to do to get there. Only 3 of the mayoral candidates before you tonight have municipal council experience. And of those, I'm the only one in the past decade who has had to balance the books with no slot revenue to rely upon. Times were good, but times have changed. A lot of the slot money was used to hold down taxes and give the illusion that the fiscal house was in order. I am the candidate experienced in steering our town through the economic challenges of today. We need to move on from the past, redefine the present, and look forward to the future. I look forward to assisting my council in helping them to achieve specific objectives in their neighborhoods while ensuring that those objectives always fit in with the broader goals of the community, because no one part should ever be viewed as larger than the whole. I speak with people. I don't speak down to them, because I truly believe in my heart that the mayor should be a servant to their community, not the master of it. I will lead my council with great tact and dependability, motivating them to perform at their best and reminding them always that when you have big dreams, you attract big critics. I look forward to the dialogue this evening.
Good evening. This is an important election for the town of Fort Erie. We have the choice to embark on a new course to restore Fort Erie's image, bring our residents together to work for the benefit of the entire community, and pursue policies that will help us to grow the economy and create jobs. Or we can continue to languish in dissension, uncertainty, and stagnation. Nothing will change without strong leadership and a vision for Fort Erie's future. I have set forth my vision in my brochure and in my website. But the question for you folks to ask yourselves is, what does the next mayor of Fort Erie have to do? And who is the best candidate to do it? Which candidate will be able to revitalize our economy, to create jobs, will ensure an open and accessible town hall, will be able to build on our natural and geographic strengths, will involve and empower residents and community groups, bring them together, and achieve results on common goals, will enhance and pursue strategic partnerships. I'm the candidate that has the skills necessary to do the job. The experience, the proven record of success and leadership, the contacts and the relationships, and a clear vision for this town's future. This is not the time for Fort Erie to gamble on a candidate without experience or leadership skills. Not for 4 years, not for 4 days. When the election is over, the next mayor has fences to mend, a town's image to restore, developers, investors, and senior public servants to persuade to give Fort Erie another look, major projects to push to reality, and partnerships to build. Don't be fooled as to which candidate is best able to deliver on those tasks. The next mayor has to be someone who will listen to the residents, insist on respectful debate by council, solicit ideas from all corners, and bring this community together. You know I can do the job. There's no guesswork. You know the success that Fort Erie enjoyed when I was the mayor. You can rely on me to work tirelessly.
Good evening. My name is Sandy Nunziata, and I want to earn your trust, help Fort Erie grow, and serve your interests at Regional Council. You know, I'm excited about this evening. Tonight, it's about you. It's about voters gaining clarity. And it's my pleasure to share with you the 4 pillars of my campaign and where I stand on important issues. You know, first, I've sought to educate and inform residents of what regional government does. 44% of our property tax bill goes to the region. Critical public services are provided by the region. That's important. Fort Erie residents are important. And I want to bring new ideas that challenge the status quo on how those hard-earned dollars are spent and those critical services delivered. Second, I want to restore confidence and credibility with our government partners and the investment community abroad. I've had the privilege of working and speaking with business leaders, job creators, investors, and many hard workers in our community. They're struggling. They're not happy. They want change, and I agree. Third, I want to move Fort Erie interests from the bottom of the pile, where they've languished these last 4 years, to the top of the pile. Apathy and absenteeism are not what Fort Erie is about, and the leaders we elect should reflect energy, confidence, and renewal. Lastly, I want to purge those things, whether it's policy, governance, outdated thinking, that no longer serves a purpose in helping Fort Erie grow and reach its true potential as a vibrant community with a strong workforce. My friends, the way we conduct business in Fort Erie has changed, and we have to change with it. And it starts by electing leaders that not only reflect that truth, but live it every day. My name is Sandy Nunziata, and I want to restore Fort Erie as a leader in the Niagara region. And I ask all of you to join me in rejecting a tired status quo and embrace a new direction for Fort Erie.
My name is Ray Murray. I was born and raised in Fort Erie. I sat on Fort Erie Town Council in the 1980s. I'm running for regional council because I believe my attributes and business experience will be a great asset to getting things done in the town of Fort Erie. Two of the top expenditures from the region are garbage collection and water bills. First, let's talk about garbage collection. In January 2015, the City of Barrie will be going to garbage collection every 2 weeks. We don't want that. Is that what you want to see in the town of Fort Erie? I don't think so. I have a plan that will work in the town of Fort Erie, and I am in dialogue with the City of Toronto, and they are interested in adopting my plan for their city. My proposal will eliminate up to 40% pickup time on garbage and 40% pickup time on recycling. Time is money, and we're running out of both. Let's talk about lower water bills. We have to work together to reduce water bills. The less water you use, the less you'll pay on the sewer side of your bill. The City of Niagara Falls has a program for dual flush toilets. This should be a region-wide initiative. Water-saving shower heads use less water. At the region level, I will introduce legislation that will make these water-saving measures affordable through a regional program. It's up to us to conserve water and reduce water rates. I want to be at the Region Council to support these initiatives. Fort Erie has been working hard, spending tens of thousands of dollars on extraneous flows, and I haven't seen a reduction in my water bill. I will investigate this further at the region level, and I need your support on the 27th. Ray Murray.
Good evening. I'm Bob Steckley. I was first elected to council in 2006, and it's been a privilege serving the residents of Ward 3 as their ward councillor for the past 8 years. During my 8 years on council, I've seen many changes within the town of Fort Erie. I've seen great improvements to the basement flooding issue in Crescent Park. I fought hard for improvements to our waterfront road allowances. I've seen the Fort Erie horse track struggle each year to stay open, and I've always given my unwavering support to help keep it open. We've seen some exciting proposals come forward, like the Canadian Motor Speedway and the Miller Creek Marina project that I've supported fully at every vote. During budget time, I'm always fighting to keep taxes low, During our last two budget deliberations, I asked more questions and recommended more cuts and changes than any other member of council. As a result of my persistence and with the support of the majority of council, the 2013 and 2014 budgets saw the lowest municipal tax increase in 8 years. I've seen businesses come and I've seen businesses leave. I was present when Fort Erie won the national competition for the Communities in Bloom in 2012. There have been highs we've celebrated and lows we've had to struggle through, but Fort Erie isn't alone in that respect. I also sit on the board of directors for the NPCA with mayors and councilors from 15 other municipalities. I'm well respected and I get along very well with the other board members. On top of my 8 years of municipal experience, I have a strong business background. I own the Crystal Beach Candy Company, and over the last 25 years, I've had to continually adapt to an ever-changing economic climate in order to survive. I've expanded my business 3 times, and I'm working on a 4th expansion this winter. I made the decision to run for regional council because I'm not happy with our current representation. I want to use my business and municipal experience to ensure that Fort Erie has the strong representation we need and deserve. I'm Bob Steckley, and I'd be honored to have your support on October 27th.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Teal. I've spent over 30 years in and out of elected office representing Fort Erie, both as your mayor and most recently your regional councilor. Over that time, there's been only one thing that's motivated me, my vision to make Fort Erie the most desirable place to live, work, and play in the Niagara region. That vision requires 3 things: a continuous infusion of regional capital dollars into Fort Erie, the creation of a positive atmosphere for economic growth, and the balance of respectful and responsible taxation. In the last 4 years, I've worked with my regional colleagues to commit over $16 million in capital investment into Fort Erie, which includes $2 million in anticipated infrastructure improvements in support of the Canadian Motor Speedway development, $9 million for the reconstruction of the Central Avenue Bridge, and $500,000 to complete Phase 1 of the Dominion Road reconstruction. This capital investment plus day-to-day regional services, all provided to you, the taxpayer, for an average household regional tax increase of $19 over the last 4 years. Not $19 per year, but $19 over 4 years. To answer a question posed to me at last Thursday's All Candidates Night, that is, what have I been doing over the last 4 years? I've been answering your emails, I've been getting back to you, I've been answering your phone calls. Whether it's a local problem or a regional problem, I'll help you through it. I've been putting Fort Erie first. What are my commitments to you for the next 4 years? Fast-tracking any regional involvement in the Canadian Motor Speedway or the Millers Creek Marina project, and continued balanced fiscal management, and my promise to put Fort Erie first. I ask you for your support. I ask you for your vote on October 27th. Thank you.